What's up, guys? It's your boy Mr. Royal Standard here, and in today's video I'm basically going to be breaking down my top 3 football investments of 2021. If you guys follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, which I hope you do, at Mr. Royal Standard, hit me up, DM me. You guys will know that I've been preaching right now is the time to invest in football. Okay, basketball is at an all-time high right now. The margin is just a little bit too high, so it makes no sense to buy in. I mean, you can still, because with playoffs coming around, there's going to be another increase in prices and stuff like that. But football is just at an all-time low. And these 3 guys that I'm going to give you are 3 people who I believe are really under market, especially with what I believe is going to be their output this next upcoming season. But first, before we get into this video, if you guys could do me a real favor quickly, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. That way you can know whenever this pocho, comes out with another video and starts talking shit, you guys get a notification. And as always, if you hit that subscribe button, hit me up on Instagram, DM me, or leave a comment below. I always like to give thank yous. Thank you to the people who have already subscribed. Every subscription matters to me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. All right. All right. Welcome back. Okay. So now we're going to go from 3, then to 2, then to 1. All right. Number 1 being the best one I have. 3 being, you get it. At number 3, we have none other than the person that wears number 2, Jalen Hurts.
Led. Remember, they trailed 16-0. Hurts up the middle. Hurts stretching out. Hurts touchdown.
That's right. The quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. And you know what? I really don't understand, because when you watch a lot of things on Jalen Hurts right now, a lot of the professionals or reporters, whatever you want to call them, they really haven't bought into Jalen Hurts. They actually think the Eagles are going to pick another quarterback at the, formerly 6th position. The Eagles now traded back to the 12th spot, which is like the Eagles were trying to move back because they already got a quarterback, so why not just get more assets, right? I believe Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the future for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe that them shipping off Carson Wentz was a huge factor in that. I mean, just think about it. When this guy came in last season, I even said this too. I knew when he came in, I was like, dude, they're going to beat the Saints. I said that, by the way. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I predicted that. But I knew he was going to beat the Saints. Bro, they have a lot of talent. The Eagles have talent. It's crazy how Carson Wentz was the quarterback of their team for the whole beginning of the season, right? Then and mind you, Carson Wentz was rated the worst quarterback in the NFL when he was their quarterback, okay? Then Jalen Hurts comes in and beats the number 1 defense in the NFL in the New Orleans Saints and goes on a run, okay? He even had a great game against my Arizona Cardinals. I was actually worried that game that we might lose, but Kyler had a better game. So, also, too, if you look at Jalen Hurts' college stats, his stats were actually better than Baker Mayfield's and Kyla Murray's, okay? So let's not think this guy's a scrub. Everybody thinks because he got benched by Tua and all this crap that he's not a really good football player, okay? Mind you, okay, I'm going to remind you, let's even go further back, okay? Because I followed this guy since he was in high school, all right? First of all, freshman year, wins a national championship with Alabama, right? Then he gets benched by Tua, which in my opinion, he might have got a little complacent and just didn't have that fire. So getting benched by Tua might have been the best thing to ever happen for him, because what did he do? He didn't run. He told Saban, I want to stay here and develop as a passer. And develop as a passer, he did. Because that year when Tua got hurt and Jalen Hurts had to come in and that Georgia game in the college football playoffs, and he led them back for a victory, guys. From down, they were behind against the same team he got benched against. Remember that, right? He comes in and leads them to a victory. Actually moves Nick Saban to tears because of that, because of his passion, because of his leadership, because of his unwillingness to quit. You know what I mean? And something like that, that drive, that passion, that's what makes you successful in the NFL. You look at someone like Tom Brady, picked way late. What makes him successful in the NFL? It's not his talent. It's this mentality of no matter what happens, I'm gonna work my ass off and get better at it, right? Jalen has that. He's that dog. I'm telling you right now, don't listen to anybody on ESPN when they start talking about Jalen Hurts might not be the guy, yada, 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 yada. Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy. And in my opinion, they're going to make it to the playoffs this year. I do believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win their division, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a look inside their division, all right? So the biggest threat to them is the Washington football team. That's the biggest threat, mostly because of that defensive line. It's just absolutely terrifying. I would never line up against Chase Young, Sweat, and Kerrigan if they can keep him. That's just unbelievably terrifying to line up against that team. However, their offensive side of the ball, did they get a quarterback? Okay, I totally forgot. Fitzmagic is their quarterback. I love Fitzmagic. I fucking love him, okay? Fitzmagic with Terry McLaurin, hey, that's a great duo. I still just don't see them beating the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles, they actually have a really good defense with Slayton. Their defensive line with Cox. Great defensive line. They got good linebackers. Honestly, I don't see the Washington football team beating them, but who knows? Like I said, that's their biggest threat, okay? Now let's talk about the other two, the Dallas Cowgirls and the New York Football Giants, okay? Now let's talk about the New York Giants. The New York Giants made some moves this offseason. Congratulations, okay? However, in my opinion, running back coming off of an ACL tear, Saquon Barkley, not going to be as explosive. Kind of tough. That's a rough one, okay? I mean, I love Saquon, but let's just be real. When you come back from an ACL injury as a running back, that's not going to go as well as most people think. I mean, who knows? He could pull an Adrian Peterson. Hopefully he does. I love Saquon Barkley. But you're not going to be able to run him up the middle every single play, every single game, okay? Mostly because he doesn't have the offensive line to do that, all right? Let's be real, okay? It's not just a running back. The offensive line got to open up holes. Their offensive line is not that great. Then there's another person I want to talk about, Daniel Jones. A lot of people have been buying his cards lately. Have you not watched the film? Okay? Everybody's like, oh, he didn't have weapons. The fuck he didn't. He had Evan Ingram. He had Slayton. He had Golden Tate. Like, those are not scrubs. Like, okay, I get it. Right. They're not the best. You know, Galladay is going to come in. Galladay is a really good wide receiver. He's going to give him another guy. Awesome. Let's go back to that offensive line, though. That offensive line is absolutely trash. What's the point of having great wide receivers if your offensive line is absolutely trash? Daniel Jones has the most fumbles out of every quarterback since he's gotten in the league. I believe I'm correct on that. I haven't fact-checked it. If I'm wrong, don't feel free to comment below. However, I really do think I'm right. The dude fumbles every single fucking game. Don't even talk to me about the New York Giants defense. First of all, I don't even know who the fuck is on that New York Giants football defense. They're trash, okay? And then, do we really have to talk about the Dallas Cowgirls? Let's just say this: coaching matters. The Dallas Cowgirls have a coach who couldn't win with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, who just won the MVP last season with a second-year head coach who's about half the age of McCarthy. That's all I gotta say. What the fuck makes you think he's gonna win with the Dallas Cowgirls? Absolutely nothing. Mike McCarthy, trash. Jerry Jones, trash. Cowgirls, trash. Not gonna win. Now, coaching matters, right? So here's the reason why I really believe in Jalen Hurts too. The coaching staff. So in this draft class, everybody is talking about Justin Herbert, right? Justin Herbert had an amazing season last year. Former Colts head coach Nick Sirianni is now the Eagles head coach, right? And he brought on the now former Chargers head offensive coordinator onto his coaching staff. So I believe that's going to help Jalen Hurts out tremendously. yeah, and the talent speaks for itself. The guy's really good. Always looks downfield. Can sling the ball, sling the rock. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at his card prices. Okay, gang, here we go. So we're looking at his 2020 Prism base card PSA 10. This one just sold for $330, 42 bids, and this was sold just the other day. So yeah, man, look at that, 330. Then we're looking at 340. So we're looking at a 300 and little over 300 range, $300 to $350. And in my opinion, I believe that's really under market. This one, it doesn't show how much it actually went for. Well, this one went for about 400, and you can see it's actually steadily going down. So I believe now is even more so the time to buy it, man. Yeah, I believe this is completely under market. You definitely should be buying Jalen Hurts right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much it's being sold for. Let's see if we can find some stuff out there that's being sold. So we have this one right here, $995, which is ridiculous. I wouldn't pay that much for that card, but maybe you could talk them down. We're looking at silver. I mean, silvers always go for a lot more than usual, but yeah, look at this one. It's only at 107. There's 2 days left. It's probably going to reach the 300 mark too. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, really in the market in my opinion. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at number 2 on my list. All right, number 2, the second best investment you can make or football prospect that you can grab right now, in my opinion, is none other than Kyla Murray.
As Edmonds in motion. Murray will keep, as you said, Chris, running the football and runs it in for the touchdown. Come back. Need you for the second half.
Kyler freaking Murray, guys. I'd make him my number 1, but I felt like that would be a little bit too biased just because I'm a huge Arizona Cardinals fan. I already have a bunch of his cards, so this makes me super excited. Kyla Murray is going to go off this season, and his cards are unbelievably underpriced. I got to show you that first before I get into my whole spiel. So let's go ahead back to the laptop and take a look at his card prices. Okay, I got to see the solds. Let's go down to the sold items, and bingo. PSA 10 going for $600, and so about $700. Honestly, that's not that bad because I have a feeling, I'll tell you why it's not that bad in a little bit, but we're looking at $649. This one went for $500, $200 more, $200 to $300 more than what the Jalen Hurts cards were going for, which is, I mean, in my opinion, like I said, it's a much better investment. Like Jalen Hurts, cheaper investment. This one, a little bit more expensive, but man, this is a much more sure investment for me, in my opinion. His PSA 9s, man, his PSA 9s aren't even going for that much either. His PSA 9s, I believe, are only going for, they're like 130. Anyways, you can kind of see his card market. Now, let me go ahead and explain why Kyla Murray is my second best investment. All right, we're back. So, Kyler freaking Murray. Now, I'm going to have to try my best to keep this short because I can go on and on about my Arizona Cardinals. It seems like every offseason I can always find a reason why we're going to win the Super Bowl. But as I become an investor, I've tried to take my emotions out of it. And this is the reason why I was so reluctant to buy Kyla Murray cards, because I was like, no, it's the Cardinals. I can't. I always never really wanted to invest in Cardinals just because of how biased I am against them. So I tried to stay away. But now with the moves we've made this offseason, it's so obvious that the Cardinals are going all in this year. There's no way they're going to miss the playoffs. All right. Absolutely no way. It's pretty much Super Bowl or bust for the next 2 years, because after the next 2 years, we're going to go through some pretty dark years again. We're going to be shit again. Mostly because we just signed a bunch of older free agents that signed about 1 to 2 year deals. So we're really trying to go for like Now let's look at Kyla Murray. So Kyla Murray has absolutely all the talent that you can possibly have, okay? Let's just think about it. The guy is a number 1 overall pick in the NFL and also is a top 10 pick in the MLB, okay? That has never been done before. That means this guy's athleticism is off the charts, okay? This guy is one of the greatest athletes to ever live. Don't at me on that. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Cardinals fan. I really freaking mean it. This 5'2" electric bunny is freaking amazing. All right, now let's talk about his weapons. So he already had DeAndre Hopkins. Now you go ahead and add AJ Green to the mix. So you have DeAndre Hopkins on one side, AJ Green on the other side. You have Christian Kirk in the slot with Andy Isabella. And hopefully, I really pray, hopefully Larry Fitzgerald comes back. Hopefully. Now, with that being said, you just look at the backfield. Chase Edmonds is looking to take over as the lead back this year, right? However, I do believe we might pick up a running back this year in the draft. Well, draft experts are saying that we're going to take Travis Etienne Jr. out of Clemson, the running back, with that pick. I don't think so. I don't think we have to. That's why I'd rather grab a cornerback, mostly because we're depleted in that area. So I'm feeling that running back might come later on in the draft. There's a lot of great running backs, but Chase Edmonds is going to take that lead role. We are looking for another tight end. So if So if that tight end from Florida drops to our pick, that would be an absolute blessing. We would obviously grab him. But I think there are a lot of tight ends in free agency, a la Zach Ertz, who the Cardinals actually almost traded for last season until he got hurt. So hopefully he comes onto the Cardinals. That would just add another piece and give Kyla Murray a bunch of different weapons. Just think about it, guys. Who are you going to cover? DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk, if we get him, Zach Ertz, Chase Edmonds, and say everybody's covered. Everybody's covered. Nobody's open. Kyla Murray's going to run it right up your asses. Dude, this guy's going to have an amazing season. His card prices are hella on the market right now. Super on the market. He was already in the MVP conversation last year, and then he got hurt. So I want to talk about that. He got hurt last season because he got sacked by Carlos Dunlap on a Thursday night football game against the Seattle Seahawks, right? Right after that, production went down. His shoulder was pretty fucked up. Yeah, we had a terrible offensive line last year. Pro Football Focus said we had the best offensive line in the NFL. That's why I don't listen to analytics, because that's straight smoke. That's hella capping right there. We did not have the greatest offensive line last season. We had one of the worst offensive lines last season, in my opinion. But that was fixed in this offseason. Bringing over that center from the Oakland Raiders onto our squad will now solidify that offensive line. It's going to bring leadership. This guy is a captain, a 3-time Pro Bowler. You already have Humphreys on the left side, who has come into his own. Puig over there at the guard. The only things that scare me is the right side, okay? Now, we did pick up a lineman from Houston last year who is looking to play right tackle, so the jury's still out on him. And then we did re-sign an offensive guard, so I think that offensive line is going to be a lot more solid, going to help Kyla Murray, give him one more time to find wide receivers, or 2 running lanes to go ahead and use his electric speed and go pew all the way down the field. Cardinals are going to make it to the playoffs this season. Who knows? They might even make it to the Super Bowl. I'm praying. So that's the reason why I'm thinking you should invest in Kyla Murray. Get his cards now. They're going to be worth a lot of money, especially once he's about to make it to the playoffs. And who knows, man? The guy has everything set for him this season to go ahead and win the MVP. Now, I did say coaching matters. Cliff Kingsbury is the only thing that worries me about this investment. I like Cliff. I love Vance Joseph. Vance Joseph, defensive side of the ball. I think that's going to be awesome. Cliff can sometimes coach like a pussy, okay? He can be kind of a bitch in his coaching play calls and stuff like that. And I really think that watching the film last season, he's going to learn that in the NFL, you have to take chances. You don't get to kick a fucking field goal on second down in overtime against the Seattle Seahawks. Second down, you kick the field goal. I wanted to jump through the TV and punch him in his face when he did that. But anyways, okay. Woosa. And that's why I believe you should invest in Kyla Murray. I think with the leadership that is on this team now, they have a bunch of huge veterans. J.J. Watt, that center from Oakland, A.J. Green, D-Hop, hopefully Larry Fitzgerald. All these guys that are coming in. Malcolm Butler. A lot of Pro Bowls, a lot of Super Bowls coming in. So, hey, Kyla Murray's going to have a breakout season this year. If he hasn't already broken out, this is going to be even bigger. So, invest in Kyla Murray. That's my number 2 investment. Now, let's go ahead and talk about my number 1 investment of 2021 when it comes to football. All right, so my number 1 investment when it comes to football this year is none other than the Sheriff, Peyton Manning.
Ball to go to Harrison like last time he got picked. Here he's going long, and a man wide open. It's Wayne at the 15. He walks in. How about that? Peyton Manning buying just a little extra time in the pocket, and that extra feet throwing off balance right on target.
The Colts are world champions.
It is shocking to me how under market his cards are right now. I just bought a couple Peyton Manning rookie cards. I really wanted them for this video. However, shipping is taking a little bit long time. So stay tuned. I will have a mail day opening and you'll see all my rookie cards that I got from him. But it's unbelievable because these cards will not go down. They're only going to go up. Peyton Manning, in my opinion, is the second greatest quarterback of all time. If not top 3, okay? He's either 2 or 3. Number 1 is obviously Tom Brady. 2, 3, you can go Montana, you can go Peyton Manning. Most people would put Montana in there. I didn't grow up watching Montana, so I have Peyton Manning at number 2. The Sheriff, the unstoppable pre-snap genius.
Buffalo, 97 double. Louisville Soul Train. Louisville Soul Train. They're purple.
My goodness. And guess what? He's going into the Hall of Fame. And I know you're saying, PG, he's already in the Hall of Fame. He already got accepted into the Hall of Fame. Yes, he did. However, they didn't throw the parade yet. Okay? The parade comes the next season where the Hall of Fame game comes up. The preseason game, first ever game of the NFL season, Hall of Fame game, where the day before they go up, they give their whole entire speech and all that good stuff. Yeah, dude, Peyton Manning has so much swag right now. He's going to have that speech. Then he already has his show, Peyton Places or something like that. It's on ESPN. Great show, by the way. This guy is funny. He's in commercials. I'm telling you right now, Peyton Manning cards are unbelievably overpriced, and I'm going to show you. All right, so let's take a look at some of Peyton Manning's rookie cards. Now, we do not want to just go look at any rookie card. So let's go look at Peyton Manning 1998 Topps. Okay. This is his base rookie card. And, I mean, obviously the Raws are going for a lot. But look at this. This Beckett 9.5 at 290, which is what I bought my PSA one at. So it's obviously going up right now. It's going up, but I still think it's a little low. 3 days left. This thing's probably going to hit about 500. But think about it. You're going to get Peyton Manning for 500 to 600. Shit. Hey, say it goes up to $700. This guy's value is never going to go down. Okay. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy how low this price is. Look at this one. Oh, that's a PSA 7. Don't buy that one. Don't buy PSA 7s. $338. This PSA 9 right here. This one's probably going to go for about $400. Like I said, still under market. That actually excites me because I actually bought that same exact card for $200 something. just last week. So the prices are going up right now. They're going up. I think a lot of people are catching on. This one right here, 224. This one's a buy now, 549. I might buy this one. Wow, look at that one. Oh, that's the draft picks one. That's why. It's still a nice card. But anyways, you get my point. Hella under market. Buy now.
Retired, okay? And therefore I live in a retirement home. Why is that weird?
For the win. Woo! Yes, sir! You like that, Ruth? Do you like that? You know what it's called? It's called winning. It's called being a champion.
Okay, guys. So I just gave you my top 3. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. Number 2, Kyla Murray. And number 1, the Sheriff, Peyton Manning. I believe those are the top 3 cards. As I've always preached, right now is the time to buy football. The card prices are already going up based off of when I got in and I started buying the cards. I didn't want to say anything then because the card prices were super low. I got to get mine first, all right? I got to get mine first. Now I'm trying to help you guys, okay? The card prices have gone up just a little bit, but I'm telling you right now, don't wait. Don't wait, okay? Because after the draft, that's when everybody's going to kind of get clear views on how teams are going to work, everything, yada, 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 yada. Things start moving very quickly after that. Training camp, preseason games, all that good stuff. You don't want to wait till then, okay? And like I said, so with this Peyton Manning card, you can obviously look to flip around once he starts getting into the Hall of Fame or when that Hall of Fame ceremony thing starts going. Another cool thing with the Peyton Manning cards is you could do long-term holds. And I mean like forever, you know, like those cards will only go up. They'll never decrease in value. And with the 2 prospect cards that I've said, Kyla Murray is a for sure one for me. I know for sure he's going to be an awesome player this season. And then as for the Jalen Hurts one, that's more of a risk. But I've done a lot of homework. I've done my research. You guys can trust me on this. Jalen Hurts is going to have an unbelievable season this year. And if you guys play fantasy football, he's a very sneaky pickup. Very sneaky pickup. That's it for today, guys. Like always, if you guys could do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And for the next video I'm going to be making, I do want to get into the draft and talk about my top prospects in this draft. So I've watched every pro day, watched a lot of film. I'm just trying to break it down right now, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think of every single prospect in this draft from the top 5 quarterbacks. We're talking Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. Top 5 quarterbacks in this draft. This is a very great draft class. That's why, especially for quarterbacks, when it comes down to investing in football, quarterback position is the number 1 position to invest in. So this draft class, man, I'm telling you right now, if you don't know anything about football, just invest in unopened wax. Okay, this unopened wax of this year is going to be worth just as much as the 2017 unopened wax prisms. I'm telling you right now, this draft class is unbelievable. I'm going to break down all their film in my next video, which is going to be coming out next week. So go ahead and stay tuned. And to stay tuned, you got to hit that subscribe button. You got to hit that notification bell, or you got to follow me on IG. All right. That's about it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And yeah, you guys have an amazing day. And don't forget, DM me at Mr. Roll Standard. All right, guys. Shoot.